Well, the underlying reason, I think, why he sought an extension was because he announced last week that he was not going to seek not planning to run for governor of California, which he probably would have won, but he's 62 years old. He's going to now step down in 2016, and he has done such a fantastic job that the shareholders ought to be very happy and applauding the fact that he's here. He's increased shareholder return during his tenure, his 5 years as CEO and now 3 as chairman as well, by 76%. Disney scraped its all-time high a couple of months ago, and it's going gangbusters.
Yeah, and it's still hovering near those record highs.
Yeah.
One thing that could sully his tenure a little bit here, though, is a bad performance by the Lone Ranger. There's all this negative word of mouth around the movie.
Well, I'm going to take a line out of the Lone Ranger regarding Bob Iger. One of the crooks that was against Johnny Depp and Armie Hammer said, those two guys don't know how to stay dead. And I think that's the story with Bob Iger. He just goes from strength to strength. He lost $100 million in a write-off on John Carter last year. Probably at the box office they're going to lose another $100 million on Lone Ranger. But it's already, their plans are in the works to make it a theme park sensation, and it will be, and the merchandising is prolific around the world.
Well, here's the thing. If there's negative word of mouth, I mean, Erik might not go see it because he hears that it might be bad. Does that even matter to audiences in China or Russia?
They don't have an idea who the Lone Ranger is.
Nor do they care what I do.
And they're the audience that matters.
Well, they're more than 50% of the box office,
right.
But the box office is only part of the revenue stream.
Merchandising,
and
licensing.
Getting the Lone Ranger into the theme parks, the way the Pixar movies have now become major theme park attractions. They're already selling in the stores the Lone Ranger white hats and the mask, $15 for a mask. You can see a whole rush of Lone Rangers in Halloween.
Can we go back to Iger for 1 second? Because it just occurred to me, if Iger sticks around for 15 months longer, what does that do for those waiting in the wings? You know, there've got to be some impatient senior executives at Disney who feel they have a shot at being the next CEO who now have to wait.
Well, there are at least two really competent contenders for the top spot. The guy who's running the theme parks and Mr. Ruhle, who's the CFO, who's been there throughout the Iger tenure. Both of them are extremely competent and would be seamless in terms of
Staggs is the theme parks guy, right?
Tom Staggs, right. And there isn't an absence of capable succession. It's just that Iger is increasing revenues almost every year. He's increasing the operating margins of the company. And he's got a media company that is second to none in the world.
The shareholders are going to be happy, but is there a risk, perhaps, that one of those two contenders and perhaps somebody else might leave and go run another media company?
They could, but they've got 2 years plus right now to plan for succession, and I don't think that's going to be a serious problem.
Well, here's the thing: when it comes to Disney and expanding this conversation from just Disney to media companies in general, the formula that Iger has hit upon is content creation and distribution power. And the deals that we've seen in the last couple months, whether it is Gannett buying Bilo or some of the other companies making big acquisitions like Tribune buying local TV, they're all trying to mimic that Disney formula.
Absolutely, but remember, he has revolutionized the Disney film studios, which used to be basically animation and a few family-friendly films. He's bought Marvel with the Iron Man franchise. He's bought Lucasfilms with Star Wars coming out again in 2016, and Pixar, which has revolutionized the animation business. I mean, look what he did last weekend with Monster University, blockbuster. And even though the Lone Ranger may not hit $1 billion, how are you going to tell Jerry Bruckheimer and Gore Verbinski, who created a $4 billion movie franchise in the Pirates of the Caribbean, and Johnny Depp, that they can't do something that they want to do?